denizens of the Warp the Webway and YouTube. Welcome to a long overdue channel and hobby progress update. So first the hobby update. I've been working on Magore's Fiends, and so far I am very happy with how they're turning out. Obviously some work still to do, but the red I did came out really good, and I actually wanted to try it because I saw it on the YouTubes that somebody had used Agrax Earthshade with red. I attempted this and I think it came out pretty good. I have newfound respect for every single Chaos player who paints their models. With all this trim, I did the red first and then I went in and did the trim. And oh my god, after 4 models of this, I was so done. But I still have some work to do, like his cloak, his axe, the heads he's carrying here. The other 2 guys are not quite as far along as he is, because this was my proof of concept model, I guess you could call him. But so far I've been very pleased with how he has turned out. The gap, I did use a gap filler putty, and it didn't work quite as well as I wanted it to on this guy, so I'm still going to have to figure that one out. I mean, I'm not entering into any painting competitions with him, but if I ever do enter into a painting competition, I'm sure I will have to go through the whole gap filling process. Now, this is the doggy, and as you can probably tell, he's only got 2 colors on him, but I did the red and then the Agrax Earthshade on him, kind of as a test, and I really like how it turned out. Everything came out highlighted fairly good. It doesn't look brown, it looks more red with darker areas in it, and I was really pleased with this. I did use gap filler on his head, so you can still see some gap, but it's not as bad. And I'm going to go with that for right now. His fleshy bits here, I need to go over with a flesh wash here pretty soon. But other than that, they're pretty much done. And then I've got to pick out his claws and do his base, obviously, and then his hair up here. Never painted a hellhound, so I don't know what they're supposed to look like. Yeah, so I'll be right back with the other things I've been working on. Alright, so the other things I've been working on here is the Uthari's Guardians. I don't know if I've done a video on them recently, probably haven't. So I wanted to show them off in all their glory. Allow me to zoom in on something here. There we go, a little bit better. For them, I actually had a lot of fun painting these. I attempted making my own glaze here for the greens, doing a highlight. I did a, for the blues here, because I wanted to put something blue in just because I like the color. I did Guilliman's glaze over just a white primer, and it turned out fairly good. I mean, I think that'll do exactly what I need it to do, make it look powerful and at the same time not be overpowering. On all of their bases, you can see that I've painted it and gotten the leaves done. And I thought that was a really cool touch of them putting the leaves on the bases, and I really felt like it was worth the time to put in the effort to get those painted. And the stone turned out good. I'd use a little bit of gap filler down here. And again, Guilliman's glaze here. But everything came out really well. I'm really pleased with how these guys turned out. I've never really tried painting trees and elves before. At least nothing like this. And I think all the bases came out good. And I'm really pleased with everybody's appearance. Now, whether or not they'll be any good when I actually start trying to game with them is anybody's guess. And I got to this point with his tabard and I just went, you know what, I'm just going to do this and we'll call it good because it'll be all painted. I did a stone up here. Let me zoom back out a little bit, I'm sorry. Did a stone up here type color. And then washed it in Agrax Earthshade. I love the liquid skill there. And it came out pretty good. It looks like weathered stone fairly well. Same as the stuff on his base here. So those came out really good. Now, I'm going to brag a little bit on my spouse. She has started painting D&D miniatures. Now, she's never going to appear on the channel unless she suddenly changes her mind. But she's gotten into a D&D group, and she's been painting their pre-painted pre-primed plastic models. She has an art background, so she knows about thinning paint, she knows about color theory and that sort of stuff. But for her first painted models, I think she did really well, and I don't think she's wanting to do some more detail, and I don't have the brushes for it because some of this is really tiny detail she wants to get into. So I'm ordering some new brushes, and as you can see, she didn't clean the mold lines here. And I told her, hey, you can clean the mold lines if you want. She goes, I'm really not worried about it. And I said, that's fine, because it's her model for whatever she's doing, and she's painting these for her group. None of them care that there's a mold line here. Now this would drive me insane, but I've also been painting miniatures for over a decade now. And yes, I've only gotten this good. But like I said, first painted model, I think it did really well. And I'm really enjoying that she's starting to paint. She's not really painting with me because I only have one painting table, but she is hobbying to a small extent, and she seems to enjoy it. So that is her dwarf, and she actually custom made this hammer. This was generally an axe, and she found some way of making what she needed so that this would be a hammer. And then she made another hammer custom for this piece here because the guy has two hammers. For her first custom work, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, it's a hammer. Now, for the rest of the update, we have blue walls, still working on flooring. We found a new leak over in this area that we think we have fixed. We're waiting on a rainstorm to come, and once you know it, when I need a rainstorm, it doesn't show up. But we have gotten molding up, and the walls are painted and drywalled, and we redid the insulation inside to allow for what needs to happen for better insulation so that you don't lose energy. As soon as we can get the floor back in, I can get my table restored to its proper place, and hopefully my wife won't go spend any more money at IKEA than she already has, because she has bought that box and those boxes out there and these boxes of stuff from IKEA. So that being said, I think we're hitting the home stretch on this remodel for the downstairs, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll have my table back and I'll be able to get some content out regularly again. Thank you everybody for stuck with me during this, and I will see y'all in the next video.